Good morning. I'm Sarah Steelman. I'm from Rolla, Missouri, and I'm running against Claire McCaskill because the status quo has got to go. The danger to our future really hit me on what should have been a wonderful day when my middle son, Joe, graduated from college. And he looked at me, and there were tears in his eyes, and what he said to me was, "I feel like a failure because I graduated at the top of my class, and I can't find a job." You know, that killed me as a mom, and I know there are millions of kids out there who feel the same way that Joe did, and they're scared for their future. And for the first time, there are American families and parents who think that the American dream has ended and that the next generation isn't going to have the same opportunities as we did. And why is that? I'll tell you why. It's because Obama and McCaskill and other Washington politicians have strangled us, our family, our children, and you know what? Children yet to be born, with a debt that is overwhelming and stifling and unsustainable. Under the leadership of Obama, think about this, the debt increases at $50,000 every second. That's $3 million every minute. That'll be $15 million by the time I quit speaking. You know, Claire McCaskill has voted to raise the debt ceiling 6 times, from $9 trillion to $16 trillion, just in one term. You know, she didn't need a credit card. She took out a second and third mortgage on our country with the Chinese. You know what I say to Claire McCaskill? Senator, I don't want to be foreclosed on by the Chinese. The reason our party has supported a balanced budget amendment year after year after year is because we understand that a huge national debt and deficit spending isn't just about money and jobs, but it's about bigger government and less taxes. And the fact of the matter is, the truth is that debt takes away our freedom. Debt takes away our freedom. And our country's prosperity is based on freedom. And when you have people that interfere with the free market and bail out their friends and their donors, it's called crony capitalism, and it's a threat to our freedom. And when the EPA comes and tells our farmers that their 14-year-old son can't bale hay anymore, that's a threat to our freedom. And when Obama sends your money to solar car companies and wind farms like Carnahan, at the same time he prevents domestic oil drilling and outlaws coal, raises our energy prices, that's a threat to our freedom. And when federal regulators team up with extreme animal rights groups, threatening our rural way of life, that's a threat to our freedom. Obamacare. McCaskill and Obama, when they mandate that you have to buy a product and then require you to go against your own religious beliefs, that is a threat to our freedom. And that destroys the whole power, the whole idea of limiting the power of government. Now, how has this happened? I'm going to tell you how it's happened. It's because government has become an industry. And the Senate has become, the Senate that used to be the last protection of freedom in this country, has become nothing more than a club dominated by people like Harry Reid and Claire McCaskill, wealthy, privileged, and pampered. and they care more about protecting their own jobs and their own reelections than they do about our country. We can no longer tolerate a Senate that's a country club. You can't just buy a membership. You know, think about this, they fly around in their jets while they raise our energy prices. They raise our taxes while they don't pay their own. They support a Federal Reserve that takes away the value of our retirement while we pay for their pensions. And they exempt themselves from laws that are strangling our businesses. And to top it all off, they won't even fulfill their constitutional duty to pass a budget while they bankrupt our nation. We can't tolerate it any longer, folks. We really can't. We can't take a Senate that nobody can get into unless you buy a membership. We are here because we love our country and our state. And I'm not going to Washington to be part of that good old boys club. I never have been, and I never will be. And I'm not going to knock on the door politely, slip in, and then shut the door behind me. If you send me to the United States Senate, I plan on kicking that door in. And together, we will rattle their cages on day one. And the first thing that I'm going to file is a balanced budget to the Constitution of this country that also caps the size of government. And the second bill I'm going to file is to prohibit members of Congress from getting a paycheck when they don't pass a budget. And the third bill that I'm going to file to make sure that the Senate is not a lifetime country club is to eliminate congressional pensions. Because you know what? Because it is a service and it's not a career. We have to stand up together and fight for our nation's freedom and our kids' future. And we need to send them a message loud and clear. Barack Obama, you had your chance at change, and guess what? You failed. Go back to Illinois and find yourself some community to organize. And Claire McCaskill, come home, pay your taxes, and quit spending ours. And to all the Washington politicians that get reelected, Republicans and Democrats, here's what I say. The status quo has got to go. We need to balance the budget now. Thank you all very much, and I would appreciate your support. Thank you.